Hello everyone. So today we'd like to talk about two types of suffixes, the suffix ed and the suffix ly. Okay, but first we'd like to have a review on what suffixes are. So as we know from our previous lesson, suffixes are morphemes or units that you place at the end of a word to form a new word, or what we call a derivative. Okay, like in the examples that we have right here. Okay, so let's say that you have the verb think. Couple it with the suffix full and you form thankful, which is an adjective. Okay, so I'm thankful that we have the Edmodo online platform for us to continue our schooling. Okay, next one, you have the noun fiction. Add the suffix al or al and you would form the word fictional, which is an adjective. For example, I miss reading all these fictional books in the documentary center. Next one, you have the verb teach, couple it with the suffix er, and you'll form the word teacher. Okay, like our teacher continues to upload videos and lots of quizzes for us in Edmodo. Next one, you have the word excite, which is a verb. Okay, couple it with meant, the suffix, and you'll form the noun excitement, which is a state or an emotion. Okay, next one, the noun citizen. If you put the word ship after it, then you form another noun, which is citizenship. So if you would notice, not only would the spellings and the meanings of our old words change through the use of suffixes, the parts of speech and the categories in which they belong would also change. Okay, so right now, we'd like to talk about the first type of suffix, the suffix ed. So when do we use the suffix ed? As mentioned here in our presentation, we use the suffix ed to denote an action that happened in the past. Okay, like what did you do yesterday? Think about it. Yesterday you studied, right? So you say, I studied through my Edmodo portal yesterday. You don't say I study or I will study, right? So this is the most basic use of the word or of the suffix ed. It's to denote an action that happened in the past, okay? But there are other uses. First, let's focus on this and let's look at some other examples. Okay, you have the verbs played, studied, and laughed. Okay, so if you have your pen and paper with you, then you can try and make sample sentences using these verbs, okay, these words. So determine the root word. Root word for played is play. Root word for studied is study. And root word for laughed is laugh. Okay, so now that you've placed the suffix ed, it's an understood thing that these things happened in the past or happened before the moment of speaking. Okay, so apart from that, we can also actually use the suffix ed in past participle form. Okay, so we'll get to that in a while. Right now, let's do a short activity. Okay, so try and add ed to the word or words in parentheses. I stay home to be safe. Let's say that this is a past action. So what do you think should the change be? So if your answer is like this, I stayed home to be safe, then you are correct. Okay, just it's very simple. Add the suffix ed and you turn the word, the verb, into its past form. But then don't forget the rules of changing verbs into regular form in the past tense. Like for example, if your verbs end with y, then you have to change y to I and then add ed. Okay, there are some verbs that you have to double the last letter before you add ed to them, right? Okay, so all of these rules still apply if you are to change your root word into something else by adding the suffix ed. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, the suffix ed could also actually be used to change a word into past participle. So past participle at times may be used as an adjective. Like for example, the word bore, okay? You can say I am bored because I only stay at home. I don't get to go out, but at least I'm safe. Okay, so the word bored in there has the suffix ed, although bore as a word already ends with an e, so no need for you to double the e, right? Another is the word interest. Okay, interest is a noun. So if you add the suffix ed, it becomes an adjective. I am very much interested with the online lessons going on in Edmodo. Okay, So not only do you use the suffix ed to denote actions in the past, but also to change words into past participle that could act as modifier or adjective. Okay, so please do remember that. Next one. Okay, so we have another example right here. I wash my hands, avoid crowds, and clean my house. So try and identify which words in here you'll have to change or you'll have to add the suffix ed to so you can form new words. I wash my hands, avoid crowds, and clean my house. Okay, so done. If your answer is like this, okay, I washed my hands, avoided crowds, and cleaned my house, then you are correct. Okay, so as you know, these are your verbs: wash, avoid, and clean. So add ed and you've changed them into past tense. Okay, next one. We have now the suffix ly. Okay, so when do we use the suffix ly? As mentioned here, we use the suffix ly to turn a word into an adverb. Okay, so what's an adverb again? When you say adverb, it's a modifier, it's a descriptor for an adjective, a verb, or another adverb. Okay, so if you want to, let's say, add more information on how a verb is done, okay, you want to add intensity to your adjective, or you want to add more information about your adverb, then you use the adverb. Okay, now you have your examples in here: angrily, powerfully, and occasionally. Okay, so let's begin with angrily. Okay, let's say do the scene, give me an acting, okay, that is angry. You have to act it out angrily. Okay, so what is the root word for angrily? It's angry, right? So add the suffix ly and it becomes an adverb. It tells you how you should act the scene. You have to act it out angrily. Okay? Next one. You have the word powerfully. Now, the root word for powerfully is powerful. Add the suffix ly, okay, and the adjective powerful becomes an adverb. Okay? So you have to deliver your lines powerfully, right? Okay, next. Not only would the suffix ly turn your adjectives or let's say your words into adverbs of manner. When you say adverbs of manner, they show you, they tell you how an action is done. At times, okay, they could also denote time, like this one, okay, occasionally. Let's, okay, just get back so it's clearer. Occasionally, there you go. Okay, so occasionally denotes time. Do you do it often? Do you do it frequently sometimes? Or do you only do it occasionally? Another example is hour, okay, per hour, like 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you do it, let's say, do you do your exam, do you do your quizzes in an hourly manner or in a daily manner? Okay, so in that sense, you're also using the suffix ly for you to denote time, right? Okay, so let's have some more examples right here. Okay, so you have softly, happily, and creatively. So like in our drill, okay, get a pen and a paper, pause the video anytime, and use the following in a sentence. If you want, you can use an online dictionary. If you, but these are simple words. If there are words in here that you do not understand. Okay, so whisper softly. Express yourself happily. Okay, paint creatively. So there are various other sentences that you can make using these words with the suffix ly. Okay, so let's have a bit more of a practice. The teacher was kind in explaining the lesson. Now, what is a smarter way of saying this instead of the very wordy sentence? Okay, the teacher was kind in explaining the lesson. You can say, yes, the teacher explained the lesson kindly. Okay, so in that sense, you have what you call economy of words. Okay, you use less words in place of more words. Okay, so you can be more practical in your speech and in your writing. Okay, so let's have another example right here. The students answered the question with eagerness. Again, your sentence in here is very wordy. So how do you try and rewrite it in a smarter manner using the suffix ly? You try to identify the word that needs the suffix ly. Okay, so if your answer is like this, then you are right. The students answer the question eagerly. Okay, so you see from noun, eagerness, which is a state of performing an action. You have the adverb eagerly. Okay, so suffixes are cool, as mentioned here, because they allow you to change your words into something else. Yes, you have essentially the same meaning somewhat, okay? The meaning is slightly changed though, and also the type of word is changed. And there's economy of words. You can make your sentences shorter if you just add suffixes, okay, in form or in place of uh, words in a wordy sentence. Okay, so I hope that you understood all of the concepts here in our lesson. So right now you can try and write your own sentences, make a list, okay, of your own words with the suffixes ed and ly. You can make a poster of words. You can make a booklet or make a PowerPoint presentation, anything that you want, okay, or that you can do for you to practice more on this skill. Okay, have fun and stay safe. I'll see you soon.